are now elevating Hooked on Science with Bruce and Tom.
And we're live.
Well, how about that? Hello, everybody. Welcome to season 3. Look at that. Of Hooked on Sonics. I am one of your two hosts, Bruce over here, the Toad Capone over there, and we are super excited to have on the show one of the most dynamic, tenacious, talented, up-and-coming artists. That's right. That's you over there. He is the bass player extraordinaire of Green Jellÿ and is the brains behind her own fantastic band Thinky Flesh. Welcome to the show, the Slim Jelly.
Hello, Bruce. Hello, everyone at the Hooked on Sonics. Hooked on Sonics.
Yeah.
Good deal, good deal. Bruce,
Tone.
we have been gone for a while.
Yes.
We had a snafu last week that just wouldn't let us fucking shoot because the powers that be just decided to wave their magic wands and ruin our damn day or week of possible recording. It happens. Either way, Beetlejuice was good.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah. I said my wife and I have been doing
for Beetlejuice.
My wife and I have been doing a lot of seeing early release movies. So I'm a big Alien fan. We got to see Aliens here recently. I'm a big Venom fan. We're going to go see Venom here soon. She was a big Twister fan, so she went and seen Twister, or we both went and seen Twister, and we both went and seen Beetlejuice. Just even though I went and seen Beetlejuice, I missed the two most important parts of the movie because medication kicked in per se. I had to hit the restroom. You know,
Those are really open-ended.
well, dude, I take being diabetic, I take a water pill, and whenever you take it, you got to piss on the hour, and it is what it is. You know, you want it raw live here from us tonight. You're getting
Welcome,
it,
young listeners.
Yeah.
Anyways, so just real quick, I do want to take the time to say thank you to a few people. I've been to a lot of shows here recently. I did get to see Matt Pike from High on Fire, and I got a great picture with him. You guys saw that in the promo. I got to meet Elise, who is the Grand Priestess Nighthawk, I want to say, for the band Heavy Temple. Had a wonderful time with her and the band at the Ace of Cups. They signed everything for us. I sent some stuff to Bruce. I picked up the album, got Bruce the CD, and signed poster. As a matter of fact, they signed the album for myself. I don't have it on hand because I was nowhere near prepared for this episode today. I've been out doing stupid shit all day. Just want to thank those guys. Would really like to, if Fire Breather tunes in, please, guys, we would really like to have you on the show and talk about the new Suicide Awareness album that you guys are previewed on. And I'd like to talk about some of the new stuff coming up, as well as, how the last tour went. And, I got to hang out with those guys as well here in Columbus. Great guys from over in Sweden, and they are fucking killing it. I think a lot of people should check those guys out, especially if they're into heavy metal, doom metal type things. Other than that, working on a drink here soon. I'll talk about that. What have you been listening to?
Oh, Slim, what have you in all your free time? Like, you've got so much. What have you been listening to?
That's a great question.
Do you want me to be honest, or do you?
No, we want complete bullshit here on this show.
Bullshit.
No, absolute honesty.
Actually, to tell you the truth, oftentimes I will listen to music whenever I'm driving long periods, and whenever I'm in periods of stationary functioning. So like now I'm chilling in New York at my buddy's house and working on projects and stuff. I will listen to history documentaries just like in the background, like while I'm working. So I'm working on new costume stuff right now, and getting some different merch things finished up because I have some like super special items that I have been holding on to and saving, and want to sell them soon. So I'm finishing those up. And so I'm just listening to like there's this one guy that I listen to a lot, and it's like he's got all these different channels, but some of them are related to like biography. It's like infographics or biographics. And then just like his history channel. And then there's like he's got some like unsolved mysteries channels too, which is kind of cool, and I'll listen to those. But I like I really have always been terrible at finding and entertaining new content. It takes me a really long time to warm up to music, and I need like then I will listen to the same things repeatedly, sometimes even on end, like for days at a time. Like there was a time where I listened to Fire in the Disco by Electric Six for like a week straight. Like that was the only song I listened to. Or it'll be like an album that I really vibe with, or a lot of times it will be a song, one specific song. So, but that's because I'm actually like there's something wrong with me. And so I realize now it's taken this long to get here to this point of understanding, because the self-awareness maybe was not, but there's something deeply wrong with me. And so that's what I do.
Fair enough. Hey, real quick, do you have a favorite era of history?
Oh, a favorite. So recently I've been very interested in the Bronze Age collapse and the concept of the Sea People. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but apparently at the end of the Bronze Age, there was a time where there was famine, and there was a lot of different major groups, and their civilizations were collapsing. And then this group called the Sea People, that everyone referred to as the Sea People, but there's documents of like there were all these different tribes kind of came together and basically just like slash and burned like all of these different city states, and just decimation. Like it's like not recovering from, like these city states are just gone, and it's not like a lot of people would like inhabit those places, you know, like the Romans or the Greeks or whatever. When they go, they inhabit those places, put people in, whatever, blah blah blah. But these people just like gone, dead, done, gone. And then finally I guess they got stopped in Egypt, and but that was like whatever, history is written by the victor, so they said, oh, great victory, but apparently it was like kind of not super cool for the Egyptians. Yeah, so that's what I've been interested in lately. I went into like the Romanovs for a while, and like that whole fucking fucking what's
That
his
was
name?
wild.
Fucking what's his name?
Rasputin.
Yeah, and all this fucking and then I like made a bunch of jokes. I can't remember any of them now, but oh no, one of them was like hey girl, are you a Romanov? Because I'm gonna be Rasputin it in ya. Anyway, so that's just, I don't know, I came up with a bunch of, I thought it would be funny to do history jokes, but then it's like it's not though.
It's a niche. It's a niche
right?
market.
Yeah, and it's like definitely not. Yeah, so
it's like serial killer jokes. You know,
yeah,
either they're going to land or they're going to be real bad.
Like, it's going to be really bad, and it's usually
especially at church. Yeah.
Oh no!
What about that time we slipped them into the offering plate?
Oh no! Hey
Could
man,
you imagine the pastor reading?
Offering humor is, next to godliness.
It's the take my blood. Is it too soon?
Take my blood, please.
Too soon. Drink my blood, eat my flesh. Never mind.
I love this.
You guys did that, right? They did that to you guys too, right? Drink my blood, take my flesh. Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah,
been there, done that.
Communion.
Been there, done that.
And I was a fat kid, so I always had extra blood and extra, Oh no, we didn't have wafers. We just had like,
little saltine crackers.
Bread, it's like, oh, this is good.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's how we roll.
I think we had those oyster crackers, those little freaking,
like you get at Skyline.
Some shit like that. I don't know.
So where are you located at, Slim?
Me,
Yeah.
current global positioning is in New York State, right at this moment right now. But in a few short days, I will be back in the California lands and then into the New Mexico world.
We're at New Mexico.
It's a little south of Albuquerque. I got my an ex of mine and I own a house down there, and he lives there, and I need to move my shit because it's been like 4 years. And I'm not like, I don't have to move it far. I just have to put it in storage there. But I left a bunch of shit because I just fucking up and left. It's cool. Like, it's not like a weird thing or anything.
Yeah.
But
It's civil.
Oh yeah, very civil. Everything's chill. Everything's good. It's just,
So are you originally from California?
I'm from Texas.
Nice.
Really? No,
Yes,
where in Texas?
I'm from East Texas. So just about as close as you can get to Louisiana without getting your eyes wet now.
Nice. My wife spent she lived a year or two down in New Orleans, and
Oh, right on.
she absolutely loves the city, and I've never
Oh
been.
yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
it's a goal for me to get down there and be down there with her and experience some of the things that we've talked about and whatnot. So
Yeah, I just went for the first time last year, and then I ended up going like 4 times that year, just out of the blue. I just realized my phone is vertical and you guys are horizontal. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I don't know why I didn't think of that till right now. But yeah,
Chuck does that too.
dude, Louisiana, I wanted to go for a long time. New Orleans is incredible. Like, definitely, especially if you have ties and connections down there, like it's fully worth going. Everyone's so nice. Everything's it's very, there's like a feeling. I don't know if you guys ever get that feeling whenever you go to a place that's like mystical, magical, not to
Yeah.
like whatever box it in, but you can feel. There's a couple of different places I've been to in my life where I've been like, oh, I can feel it here. And that's one of those places.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, that's how I feel about East Tennessee. Just like being around the mountains, because I'm originally from Ohio, where with him, and then I moved down here with my wife, and it just felt like home. It just fits perfect.
That's
See,
awesome.
Virginia felt like that to me when I was down in Richmond, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like the weather down there. I like the vibe down there. I'll tell you another place that I absolutely loved. If I became a millionaire tomorrow, I would definitely buy property in that area. Portland, Maine. I absolutely.
Oh yeah. Dude, we got to
Ugh.
go there. We got to
Yeah.
go there, and I went to some parks out there and just like sitting by the ocean and like watching a storm roll in, and it was really wonderful.
Yeah,
Now,
Portland, Maine's beautiful.
Oh, for sure. Now, when Slim, when you guys are on the road, do you have a lot of time to kind of soak in parts of the city?
Honestly, not really. And it is something that I wish I did have more time to do. This just in this last little run, I feel like we've started making more time to do some of those things. Like I got to go to the Yale art gallery, like their collection, their permanent collection, I guess. And we got to go to some different parks and stuff. And I think it's been it's a choice that I made. I'm like, I want to be doing this more. Like, I'm not because a lot of times it's very, get to the next place, set up the gear, because we have all of the responsibilities of and doing, everything. So, and then in those days off, it's like trying to keep up with, either fixing the car or making new merch or figuring, getting the social media stuff. Like, it's a lot of trying to fill that off time with work.
Yeah.
And I think that it's been something that I've realized I need to fill more of my off time with things that I enjoy as well. And it was also with the writing music. It's like we've been so much on the road. it's very difficult to get in the headspace for writing music, and I'm in close quarters with the drummer. You know, we travel together in my vehicle, and so it's like sometimes can be difficult to create that space and time for yourself to work on either your personal projects or do something for enjoyment, as opposed to feeling like you gotta, for me at least, this is like a full-time job and more than that, because it's, oh,
You flashed.
yeah, I'm receiving a call. Sorry, I should.
Oh.
It's all good. Well,
She
she'll
went into the
probably be back.
ether. Yeah, she'll be back. This has been pretty good so far.
This has been.
I love this. And honestly, Tone, they are one of the hardest working bands out there.
Oh, now she.
There you are.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
I need to put myself on do not disturb, I think, because I tried to cancel that phone call and it did not. It just it X'd me out of here.
I moved us all around.
No,
Sorry
Slim,
about
I
that.
will say, you're fine. I will say this. You guys are the hardest working band, like
Thank
day
you.
in and day out, whether it's
Well,
you
which
on the side
band?
of the-
Thanky Flesh or Jello or Grit Jello?
both.
Well,
I mean, she's been. Here's what I gather. You've been on tour with Green Jellÿ for at least the last year.
yeah,
And you've
basically.
also been doing not only the Green Jellÿ set, you've been doing the Thinky Flesh set too.
Not the full set. We usually only do like three songs, 3 to 5 sometimes.
Yeah, I think in Knoxville you did 5.
I wish we were doing the full set. I would love to do a full opening set because I feel very I just want to play more of my tunes. I want to write more tunes. I want to be playing new stuff. And like I want to do more with my stage show too. Like I would like to have like a set and like some stage show. So I think it would be cool. I've been thinking about asking if I could get a full slot, or potentially figuring out where I can take my own, have my own tours and separate a little bit from the Jello thing, so I can kind of expand my own creative stuff.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. No, you definitely, you definitely deserve that opportunity. Your stage show, your energy is just amazing. Like your stage presence reminds me a lot of a young Gene Simmons.
Oh,
just
wow.
all over the place and wild and just rah, and it's great.
I think you could have picked somebody better than Gene, dude.
Oh!
This guy. This guy.
No, he knows I break his balls about Kiss all the time.
I really appreciate the compliment, and I think a lot of that too came from obviously I have that and I want to do that type of thing, but I think that playing with Jello kind of forced it more out of me, because there's so much to contend with, and it's like if you want people to look at you and see what you're doing and hear you have to like be over the top. But then there's also, I think, an element of you literally, like, there's nothing that I can do in this situation that's going to be worse than what they're doing. Like, I'm not going to be the one that pisses off the manager of the bar, because I'm just going to climb on some shit. I'm not going to break it. I'm just going to climb on some shit and scream and fucking jump around and whatever. They're fucking throwing toilet paper and shots off the balls. I can do whatever I want, and that I think is the beauty of the whole situation, is because like I'm not the one who's literally have a dildo on my head, putting a shot of alcohol through a pair of fake tits down my pants into a human being's mouth. I'm not that person. I'm just being a freak. So I'm not going to get in trouble. And I think that that's the beauty of Green Jellÿ.
Yes. What happened at that one show where the power went out? Now, did the
which one?
Yeah. the latest one where I think you guys were in like 10 minutes or something like that, and the whole venue just shut down. I
Was
think
that
it
the
was in Indiana or
Oh,
something.
fuck.
Was that the
Yeah,
Renfest?
no, I do remember. No. That was another. I wasn't at that show. I didn't go to the Renfest area. But yes, that show where the power shut down. Yeah, it just
It was wild.
whenever you've got 35 people on stage and 25 of those people are inflatables and the power surges and really just the power of the music itself. I
Yeah.
mean, there's the people, everyone, and tripping on cable. They're throwing things, they're jumping, they're puking, they're hitting their heads, and it's really sometimes the power grid can't take it. And it just a mental, just the power grid, it sees everything that's happening and just and the show has to be over at that point.
Yep.
You know who
No,
I've seen shut down a grid, dude, or shut down power at a place?
Hmm.
Our boys from Beyond Neptune.
Hell yeah.
Swear my hand to God, dude. They were like 3 songs in and the fucking power went out. And I was like, holy shit, what did they do?
That's awesome.
Is it like some kind of super heavy like you think the waves actually of the tunes?
Dude, all I can tell you was they was loud. They were on point. I mean, those dudes are very they're one of my favorite bands in Columbus. And they've been Chuck, their guitar player, has been on the show a couple times. We really like talking with him, really respect his music. He watches a lot of the shows and downloads a lot of the podcasts and stuff. But I know they were 3 songs in, man, and those guys play heavy. And just to get an idea, I think at that show, Chuck was running 2 full pedal boards.
Oh my gosh.
So when all that's running through the amps, and then you got another guy over there running a pedal board, and their bass player is running a small pedal setup, and all those amps, man, boy, shoo, they eat wattage. They eat wattage. But yeah, that's the only other time I've ever seen that happen. I've never seen anybody else blow the grid.
Yeah, it's been quite a few. And I mean, the Music is Art Festival, we blew their power like 13 times or more. And it was crazy. It was crazy. There's footage of it somewhere. I don't know. Like, we filmed the whole thing. I don't know if the whole thing got posted because it was literally like 25 minutes of us, everyone just waiting around. They'd pop the power back on. All the inflatables would start back up. Maybe one note gets played. Boom, everything's down again. And it was just over and over and over. And I don't know what happened, but eventually that we were able to play. That was a crazy show too. Fucking.
They're down in the basement changing fuses like this.
Well, I mean, I think they were on generators because this was outdoor and they had like a stage, like an outdoor thing. And that festival was cool though, man. I would love to go back there. It's I like the place that it was in, and it's in that weird I don't know, like an industrial area. There's like silos and stuff, and then all the different stages and different areas where stuff's going on. It was a really, really cool festival.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, speaking on those inflatables, I seen a video where you were performing as Thinky Flesh, and you were in the moment, and Bill was in the background fucking with those inflatables, and you lost your shit.
Yeah.
And I
with the pool noodles. The pool noodles.
Yeah, the pool noodles. And
dude, the pool noodles. It's great. It's great. I love the pool noodles so much because really, what more could you want in an experience when you're going to see music? If you don't have a pool noodle to hit someone with, really, what are we doing here? And why aren't we taking these pool noodles to literally every show? I am personally offended that people are not bringing their own pool noodles to literally every show that they go to and starting shit. Because this is what America needs right now, honestly. Like, we are lost. We are lost little puppies in this country. And what we need is a pool noodle revolution. Vote for me, King of America. That's right. I will bring a revolution to your homes, and in the form of 3 everyone gets 3 lawnmowers in their home. Everyone gets 3. 1 push mower, 1 gas mower, 1 riding mower, 3 lawnmowers in every home. This is an America that you can trust. This is an America that you need.
Sign me up.
Thank you. All I'm saying is I'm the perfect candidate, and I'm right here. I'm standing right. I'm right here. America, vote for me.
You know, I wasn't going to vote this year. Now I am.
He's going to write your name in. We'll
King of
write her name in.
King of America.
King of America.
Hey, real quick, while we're talking about that, speaking of votes, talk about that experience of the Next Top Hitmaker thing you were in. What a cool ride.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, very cool that I got to the point that I got to. I feel a little bit like I felt sus about the competition from the beginning, but then it was like people actually like supported me. And so I didn't want to let those people down that were supporting me. So I pushed into it to try to like, and I think I got further than I ever imagined that I would. I had no idea that so many people were interested in supporting me that would want to buy votes. Like, I would never personally, but I am a person that does what they can with what they have, so they don't have to go. Like, I'm not trying to fucking have whatever status symbol car, status symbol shoes, status symbol purse. Like, I'm just trying to make some shit and have some fun, and so I don't know, this tangent's going off, but it's like I don't have the kind of money to support people financially a lot of the times in these different ways. And the fact that people showed up for me in that way was like actually like a life-changing realization that someone would be interested in doing that for me. Like, because I have never been very comfortable with being like, hey, support me, or like whatever, because I'm a very do-it-yourself kind of person. I'm a very get it done, make it happen by any means. I'll fucking learn how to record if I don't have money to have someone record me. I put my turbo blew in my van and I fixed it myself. My alternator went out in the fucking side of the road in Texas while we were on tour, and I fixed it myself. Like, these are the extents I will go to avoid having to, 1, deal with people, and 2, have to deal with people, basically. I don't want to go to a mechanic and have them fuck around, like, bullshit me. Anyway, I'm going on a wild tangent to say that the fact that people showed up to support blows my mind, because I had no idea that existed.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's one of the things I was going to touch on. As you are a can-do person. And when I see you, post videos of you on the side of the road getting shit done, when, when you're out here, you're making your costumes, you're, doing your thing. And it's like, this is what I try to teach my girls, my kids. Like, be self-reliant, don't depend on anybody. Don't depend on a man. Don't depend on nobody but you. And it's way better. So I appreciate I just appreciate you, just for that alone, let alone everything else. So
thank you. Yeah. And that's what I want girls, especially, because it's so easy to get boxed in by what society wants you to be, and by the pressures. I feel the pressures too, like I'm not oblivious completely to this world. But it is, obviously everyone needs to depend on other people to certain extents. And if, imagining what kind of thing I could do if I had a bunch of people working and a bunch of people, but right now what I have is me. And so what I can do is with what I have, and all I can hope is that I get it right.
Yeah.
And if I don't, whatever, try again.
Yeah,
Start tomorrow.
learn from it. Move on.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to reaching a upper echelon status of being a musician, um, for me personally, it's, just give me a distribution deal. I don't need your
Sure.
tour. I don't need your tour package. I don't need any advance. Just give me a distribution deal. If I could get somebody to distribute my music comfortably and to the right ears, I think it could potentially do its thing. And I think the same would be for you. I think that upper echelon of success in the music business is only being reserved for pop music anymore.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, I don't think it's even necessary to strive for that. Like, I think that you can be comfortable and have what you want, like just having your niche group. Like, I don't need to be Madonna,
right.
Like, I just want people to hear my tunes and want me to come play for them, and I put on a great show for them,
See,
and if I could make a living doing that, boom.
I would be comfortable in a situation, if I had to sit there and think about where I'd like to be. I'd like to be able to tour and play venues to at least somewhere between 1 and 500 people. If I get to
Sure.
if I got to play to bigger people, great. But it's like the guys from Beyond Neptune say, they don't. You're going to get as good a show from them if there's 2 people in the room
Right.
or 1,000.
Right. And
You're gonna,
honestly, a better show if there's 2, potentially. Because if there's 1,000, you're at the fucking
Yeah.
you're not fucking sniffing my crotch hairs if there's 1,000 people in the fucking audience. I swear to God, don't fucking do that if you come see me too. Sorry.
By the way,
am I allowed to cuss? Stay the
Yes.
fuck away. I seriously had a woman sexually assault me with a pool noodle, and it was fucked up. And it's fucked up that people think that that's comfortable. So I made a joke about it, but don't do that.
that was
silence, Bruce. This brings me to a point. This brings me to a point. Yes. I'm glad this opened this conversation. Give me 1 second, please. Going to the Thinky Flesh album, My New Me, DFTM.
Oh yeah.
Don't fucking touch me.
Yeah. No.
I have literally sent this song to women to go, this is you. You got to hear this now, because I have friends. My wife's best friend is not a touchy person, and I'm a bit of a hugger. I let people know, I'm here, I'm friendly, I'm just trying to be good to you. And I understand that people don't like that in this world, and you have to show a little respect and restraint and courtesy. My kids, my grandson was just born, and one of the biggest problems they're having right now is people kissing on the baby. They don't want everybody fucking kissing on the baby.
Don't do that.
Yeah. So, and I get it. And I'm 100%, I'm with it. I get it. It was an older generation, different time. But when you're down there kissing on the baby, and you could possibly give it RSVP, or a baby gets, like, I've seen a nightmare situation where somebody kissed the baby and gave the baby syphilis, dude.
Oh, God. Jesus.
The dude is,
you're a downer. What the hell's wrong with you?
Listen.
I started it. I did start it. I started screeching about.
I'm not going to blame you.
No, but
right.
Honestly, I don't know the validity of the case. People could say whatever they want, right? But at the end of the day, my kids asked me not to do it, and to a certain age, and I'm going to respect that, man. I'm going to respect that. It's not that
boundaries.
I haven't got to. Yeah, it is about boundaries, and that's the world we live in now. We have to respect people's boundaries.
Right.
My dad is not someone who respects people's boundaries. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no.
To be fair, he's always been like that.
Always, man.
No.
So, how do you personally, and how does the band? Because the band really does feel like it's a family, like dysfunctional.
Like the Green Jellÿ band?
Yeah, the Green Jellÿ band, like you guys as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys combat, like, do they have, I'm assuming they have your back when people get really stupid and...
Oh, yeah. Somebody, Lazy dragged a guy out of a place that touched my boob. I was just like, that fucking drunk ass dude just grabbed me, and he was just like, oh, like there's a video of that shit. Yeah, no, all of them are super great with that kind of stuff. And also, like, I told Lazy, you know, I'm like, people have been approaching me in this way during the song. He's like, it's especially like whenever I'm singing, I don't know what it is. And it's not that, it's just, I don't know. I just, whatever. It is my boundary. Like, I don't really like it when someone's rubbing up on my leg when I'm trying to perform. Like, it's just, don't do that. So I tell him, you know, hey, chill next to me. Like, if there's somebody, you know, we have an agreement. I'm like, I'll point at the person if they're fucking with me, and you, whatever, you go get the security or whatever. So it is definitely, and especially with Jello shows, because it's so wild and people get crazy and they think that just because you're up there, you're there able to do whatever they want. And it is very strange, but it's a learning experience too. And it's, you know, everyone can't know that I'm not really comfortable with that. And most people, whenever they do something like that, I would just be like, you know, or I'll give them this, and then it's fine, because they understand that that's my boundary and they stop. And if they don't stop, then that's when things get escalated, because it's really, I can't have that happening again, where some dude at this one festival, like, we were all climbing up on the barricade and standing on top of it, and this guy fucking grabbed me and yanked me off of it. I'm standing there just fine and everything's cool. And so it's just like trying to avoid shit like that. And
now, was this a crowd member, or was this like security or something?
I think it was like I think that the guy had good intentions, like he didn't want me to fall or something. Because people get really weirded out because I've got the shoes on and they like think I'm gonna fall. But I've not had that problem yet. Like, I have not ever really beefed it, like, to a point. I don't really do stuff that I don't feel like I'm capable of doing, because I don't have health insurance. I don't want to hurt myself. Like, I don't want to fall out of a ceiling. So I won't do it if I don't feel like I really got this and I'm going to be able to manage it. So, but yeah, it's like a learning experience. And, you know, I'm a hugging person too. It's just with the people that I'm comfortable with. And I'm not really trying to have, I've had fucking sound guys. Like, I don't know. It's a weird world, and it's difficult to manage that, like, interpersonal with this person you just met. And then they're like, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's an interesting new world of laying down boundaries and telling people not to fucking touch me. And I do want to say, in that, coming back around full circle here, that album, the people that I wrote that album with, I think, are a major reason of why it's so diverse and so interesting. Like, I want to give lots of props to Vince Insalako, who was one of the guitar players, and Srijoy Mitra, who is another guitar player. Srijoy came up with that guitar part, the main guitar part in that song.
Yeah, that riff.
And then Vince came up with putting that fucking ethereal, like, slide guitar in it.
Yeah.
And truly, like, it breaks my heart that I am not writing tunes with those two people. Because that is like writing with Vince, like, a lot of those songs, like, he had such a big part in that. And it just is like, we're friends and everything's cool there, but it got a little, I don't know, and I don't really know how to ask him to write tunes with me anymore, because I think it just isn't the right time, or something is like the connection, the click isn't in clicking anymore right now. Which is nothing against him or anything like that, because I love the guy and it's such a joy writing with him, and I wish that I could, but I'm hoping to find somebody else like that wants to write tunes, because it's really what he brought to that album is brought it to that next level, you know, like what he he is so creative with and he's very knowledgeable about the different types of music. And I'm not classically trained. I learned the scales and shit on the saxophone, but not on the bass guitar. And I'm self-taught singing. I took a singing class, but I mostly just sing a lot in the car, so I've got a lot of practice. And so Vince, I know you're not listening to this or watching this right now, but
Not yet.
I would love if we could write tunes together again. I love you very much. And promise you, whenever there's ever any money, you'll get some of it. But there's not any money right now. I'm sorry. I can't make this $1 million band without good songs first. So there's really nothing for it. And that's,
I think it's a marketing thing, man. You got to get that in the right hands, man.
No,
and
it
a distribution,
100%.
I think a distribution deal could really help you out in the right hands on the right label. It's like,
right.
I wouldn't go to fucking Warner Brothers and say, here, we play Sabbath style music, and we know that it's not what you're looking for right now, so give us a distribution deal. No, I would go over to some place like Southern Lord Records, or there's plenty of them I could name, but they specialize in that, and I've talked with band members that are on those labels, and it's like, now that I've built those relationships, once this band gets off the ground, we get something recorded, it's like, I want to put it in their hands and say, can you just do me a favor? You're in town, you get a chance, you like it well enough, take it to the label, see what they say, and have them give me a call. You know what I mean? But it's still a long ways off, but you actually have albums and things produced, and you got really good stuff that could be some really, really good singles. I'm not going to tell you that DFTM is going to be the single. I will tell you, though.
I don't think it is.
What is the Sadistic Rut? Sadistic Rut, man, it's just something that could fit on an alternative radio, and I think it could take off. But unfortunately, especially here in Columbus, I can't think of an alternative radio station anymore.
Sure.
Since CD 101's gone.
And honestly, I think that for me, what I really should do is take the hooks of these songs and push content through like Instagram and TikTok, and just hope something goes viral. Because that, I think, honestly, is the way that my music, like, unless I like actually go approach record companies, but I don't even know if that's what, because on the one hand, that they would have people to work with that I think would be great to write with, but on the other hand, then you would be kind of forced to do whatever they want you to do, and maybe that's okay. I don't really know. I've never even been approached by one, so I have no fucking clue.
We had an A&R rep come on and check out my recent band back then, and I was a heavy smoker and probably doing some drinking, and definitely bigger than I am now. And we got the word back, and they said, yeah, the band's pretty good, but that singer smokes, don't he? And I was like, because I sound like Lemmy. I sound a lot like Lemmy when I sing. So with that being said, it's tough, man. It's tough. And I feel that you're blessed getting to run out on the road and have the road experience with Green Jellÿ, and obviously getting to do a few songs before the set and stuff and whatnot. I think your stage persona is on the money. I think,
thanks.
It's just, this album was, God, man, it was phenomenal to me. It was one, like I was telling you earlier, it was a big breath of fresh air in a world of music that's just fucking stale.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
I got to get me one.
Thanks.
I've already I downloaded the digital from your Bandcamp, because I got a huge Bandcamp account. So
nice.
But I hope to get to see you guys. I didn't get to make it out. Fender invited me out to a big show out in Athens, I think it was, and he's like, it's like a 2-day festival. We could put you on the road crew, and I'm like, dude, I just don't have the time.
Sure.
So.
Oh, is that the Geek Out? Maybe.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was a Geek Out. Yeah.
Well, you're in Ohio, right? Are you in Ohio?
Yeah.
We're gonna be in Ohio.
For that
in
convalescence thing,
October.
right?
Yeah, in October we're gonna be back at the shit. I don't know where exactly, but we're somewhere. It's like early October. We're gonna be there again.
Let me make sure I don't have anything else lined up because I go to a
Yeah.
lot of shows.
Sure,
I
sure.
go to a
Yeah.
lot of
Well,
shows.
but yeah, let us know and we'll definitely get you in
I
at
just
least.
saw
Whatever.
High on Fire Tuesday, and I'll be
Nice.
going to see Bong Ripper on Friday.
Nice.
So how would you categorize if you had to categorize your album, how would you describe it? Like what genre, how
Like proto punk, weirdo, rock, art, punk, art, rock.
I like that.
I mean, I think it's a multifaceted experience, man. It really
Yes.
we go from all the way from punk rock into a little bit of psychedelia. We got a little proggy undertones, but then we get a little weird there with a couple of the tunes, man. And we really like to express ourselves in different ways.
But does it go to 11?
I will write it on the. If it's not, I will. Go
That's
to
awesome.
11. If you just switch the pots out, you can make it go louder.
What is your favorite song on the new me?
My favorite song. Okay, so I don't know if it's. I really like the hook of My New Me, the song. Like My New Me, same but better. My old me, same but worse. I like the meaning behind it. It's like you can always get better. You're always getting better. You have this chance to grow, and yesterday can be bad, but today can be better. But for me personally, like Mr. 3 a.m. is like the song that literally every time we practice that song, I cannot play and sing at the same time because I'm crying laughing. Like it cracks me up because the whole concept behind that song is it's the last guy at the party. You know, he's fucking found the bongos and he's off in the corner fucking playing bongos. It's 4 a.m. Everyone else is left. And dude is trying to have a conversation with you. And so at the beginning of that song, Vince with the guitar is Mr. 3 a.m. who the guitar is the conversation.
Yes,
and
that's what I thought. Yes.
I am like, all right. So it's been great. Like, catch a hint, brother. Like, we're closing up shop. The alcohol's all gone, and he's still. And every time we would practice it, and I would be trying so hard to keep a straight face, but he would like. I would start to try and say something, and he would like.
And he'd interrupt.
He would, but not only would he interrupt with the guitar, he would look over at me and give me this look like he knew what he was about to do was about to make me fucking shit my pants laughing. And I could not I couldn't get through it. Like I couldn't, for whatever reason. And we had this song and we wrote the song and it was just like an idea. And a lot of it, we did kind of improv on the spot with the vocals and stuff, round robin style. And then we recorded it, and my sister, I didn't know what it was going to be called. It was going to be called You Have a House, Go to It. And because it's just like, fucking whatever, get the fuck out. And my sister sent me a picture of this man's, I'm assuming it's a man, no offense if it's a woman, but I'm assuming it's a man because it's the back of his car. It's a fancy car, and he's got a vanity plate that says Mr. 3 a.m.
Perfect.
And I was like, oh my God, that's the name of the song. Like, that's who this is. Like, and I'm sure it meant something different to them. Like Mr. 3 a.m., he's like the guy who's keeping the party going. Maybe he does coke. I don't fucking know. But anyway, that's that.
Really cool story about your dog.
Yeah. No, and that line, sorry, I just started yelling because I'm very excited. That line specifically, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the What the Fuck TV, the Green Jellÿ Vision Music TV thing. So when I was a part of that before all the touring started, they are always these different people coming through, and sometimes they're fucking strung out, crazy fucking crackheads. And this woman was there for a couple weeks. She only lasted a couple weeks, but she would just never shut the fuck up. Just talking all the time. The most fucking banal, mind-numbing shit. And I swear to God, she's telling this 45-minute story about this dog that doesn't exist. I am 100% certain this dog is not real. And that's where I came from.
Oh, I love minutia.
That's
I
great.
love the
Yeah.
minutia. I love it. Who produced this album?
So the the guy, I had it recorded in LA at my buddy's place, Golden Dawn Recording, and then I have another friend, his oh my God, I'm blanking right now. Brack Cantrell. I don't remember what he calls his studio, but he mixed and mastered it. So I'm not like really familiar with the like industry terms. If production is the person who implemented it, got it recorded, got it mixed and masters, that would be me. I got the songs together, wrote the songs, got it recorded, and then I sent it off to my guy that mixes and masters. And so that's what happened there.
Cool. One of the things that really struck me as like, it just really impressed me was sonically how well this thing sounded. Like it was so well produced. It was so crisp, and
I think it is Brack. It was a combination of the recording and the production, because they did a really great job on the recording. But Brack, like he mixed and mastered some of my singles, most of my other singles before, or the EP before this.
Mhm.
And he worked on some of my sister's stuff and some of the different bands that she's worked with. And I was friends with him before this, and I had worked on album art for some of his projects, so we've like known each other for some time. And there's just, when I send stuff to him, there is something, I really like working with him because he understands. Like, I don't even have to tell him anything. I don't tell him really what I want. I don't tell him a couple of things here and there, but like he can take what I send him and really, I don't know. I really think that there's something to that. And it's something I never really understood until I started doing this, because I tried to mix and master myself. I tried to learn and do it. But there's something that he really brings to the party and brings to the table that just gave it that extra, like, magical, like, he would send me something back and I would be like, that's what I just did. Like, I made that. Like, that's not real. Like, that isn't what I just did. I wasn't a part of that. So yeah, Brack Cantrell, he's just the fucking dude I know, and he's fucking great at what he does, and he understands me. I think he just understands my heart. And it's
A good sounding engineer can make or break any album, any song.
Yeah.
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 I get it. We work with a guy named we was out at Sonic Lounge, man. I can't remember his name, but that's been our recording studio.
Spuds McKenzie. That was the guy.
Spuds.
No, I can't remember his name offhand.
Slim, how important do you think chemistry is with songwriting? And obviously, I think what you were just describing there was chemistry.
Yeah.
It's this unspoken language that, like, dude, get out of my head.
Yeah, I think it is incredibly important, and it is something that is missing right now. Like, I cannot find anyone to write tunes with right now. I can't get the people I'm playing with to write with me. Sorry, you guys. I don't mean to throw you under the bus. There's just not time. I don't know if it's that they don't want to do it, that there's not time. it is difficult, and maybe that's what I just haven't tried to force it to make time for it, because when we wrote that album in like 4 days.
Wow.
Not like
Damn.
totally, like I had some, I come up with little songs all the time and I'll record them. So I had like all the hooks, basically. I had all the hooks for the songs or the idea. So like with Mr. 3 a.m., we knew it was going to be this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then the chant at the end. And we had the song structure. Sadistic Rut I had written previously, so that was whatever. But the core of like all the heavy songwriting with everyone involved happened like, other than the spur of the moment, me figuring out the shit, it was like so fucking, we did like 3 songs in a day, and then we did like 3 more the next day, and then we were done with the album. And The Terms is just a improv song, so that's fucking, we did 1 take of that. That was just the take, The Terms. That was it. It's so important, and it was just so wonderful to get to bring these things and have people listen to me and say, here's a song and let's fucking put it together. And there's a suggestion. I don't know what's going on right now in my fucking world that I can't figure out how to get some people who want to write tunes with me. It's literally all I've wanted since I started writing music. The dream was to just find some folks who wanted to write tunes with me, and fucking nobody wants to. Not even my fucking sister, man. Sorry, sis. You know it's true, bitch.
When did you decide you wanted to be a musician? Like, hey, I want to do this.
I never decided.
Still trying to figure it out.
It was forced onto me.
Really?
The universe was like, fucking, you stupid bitch, do it. And so I did it. I just did it. I couldn't. My dad made me play the bass guitar.
I was going to ask, why bass?
My sister, no, it wasn't my dad. It was my fucking sister wanted to start a band with her stupid friends, and she had her stupid friend come over because he was going to play bass for them. And this little fucking cuck boy couldn't even play Smoke on the Water. And so she was like, okay, you come play with us. And then you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go outside and play in the grass and make little fucking concoctions out of bullshit. But instead, I'm sitting in this fucking flea-infested room playing bass. So anyway, fast forward, my dad won't let me play trombone. Thank fucking Christ. He forces the band director to make me play saxophone. I learn saxophone, beat-a-lee-a-lee-a-lee. And then, fast forward, I get an art degree. I'm at a bullshit job that fucking sucks, but all my coworkers are dope as fuck. And I'm singing songs all day long. And they're like, is that a real song? And I'm like, what's a real fucking song, man? What the fuck are you talking? Yeah, of course it's real. I'm singing it to you. And so they were like, you need to play music. You need to be a rock star. And I was like, well, fuck. I do have a lot of I am a hit maker. At the end of the day, I can fucking come up with I can literally make any fucking string of words into the catchiest tune on the fucking planet. And that's not me just saying it. That's reality. Sorry, I'm in my build myself up phase, okay? I'm sick of hating myself, okay? I'm a winner, baby. So, fast forward, pandemic hits. Actually, I wrote this, I forced my sister, sorry, this is a long story, but me and my sister, I was like, you're going to be in a band with me. She's like, fuck you, bitch, I'm not going to be in a band with you. I'm like, yes, you are. You're going to be in a band with me because I can write good songs. She's like, fucking prove it. So I'm like, cool. And I write some cool songs, and she's like, okay, I'll record drums, but I'm never going to tour with you because I fucking hate you because you're stinky and smelly and obnoxious. And then I was like, okay, you'll tour with everyone else, but not me. That's fine. I'll figure it out. You recorded on my album. That's fine. And so I figured it out. And here we are. I'm a fucking hit maker. I have an EP and I have an album. I fucking did all of that shit. Me!
King of the world.
Not for me. So anyway, that's my story in a nutshell. Please, if you're fucking fun and you want to play tunes with me, I'm looking for some people that want to record music and play tunes.
Just don't fucking touch her.
Only if I say it's okay. Only if I say it's okay.
That's right.
All right.
No.
I love that. So I wanted to ask, future album. Are you?
Yeah.
You're currently writing.
So
Ish.
I created a plan. I have a game plan, and actually, so what we're looking at for the next year is I'm going to release 6 singles. I have the 6. I have 3 of them with basically all the lyrics written, and I've got an idea of what I want to do for the bass line, but I really need that fucking exterior input. Like, it's so, like, I can only get it to a certain point, you know, and I really, really got to get a guitar player or a keyboard player or just somebody with something else, you know, because I think that Chris is going to do these drum parts with me, and I think that that's cool, but I really need a guitar player or some kind of a keyboard player, somebody else to come in and work on that. I don't know if it's going to be Jellÿ because I don't know when we're going to see each other. I don't know when we're going to be able to write tunes together, except for when we're on tour, and then we don't have time. So I got to find that element, because the first EP, I did most of that other stuff myself. Like, I had a couple of people come in, like my sister's husband did some guitar on that album, and my good friend did some keyboard, another friend did some viola, but basically everything else in that was me. And I can do that, but I really think the songs are better when I have an outside influence. Like Vince, really, like, I was looking so forward to writing the country album with him, because the things that he was coming up with, we were already working on it, and it was so perfect and wonderful. And I don't know, maybe I can figure out how to salvage that writing relationship and make that happen again. But I really want to find that, and honestly, like, I feel like working with a woman would be really cool. So yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I have a single that is recorded that Jellÿ did write the guitar part for, and I am working on music video for that, and I'm going to release that when we get at least a music video shot. I just saw this information that's like, they want right now what the fucking world wants, which I obviously whatever about what the world wants, but I think it actually will help me to release singles, because it's a cycle, right? It's a content cycle, really. Like, and while as much as I have these albums I would love to produce and create, I really think that if I can just get a little bit higher up here, I'm going to be able to implement those albums in a way better. Like, I can keep those projects working and thinking about and get my following up, so I have the potential to maybe talk to a record label or whatever and get those albums actually professionally done, you know. I mean, I did everything, whatever. So yes, I have 7 total. So I'm going to release this single by the end of this year, hopefully by Halloween. I wanted to do it earlier, but then I realized, you know, I gotta have a music video. Like, that is my one huge regret with this album, is I wish that I had time and money to produce music videos like I did for the singles or for the EP. I had a music video for all of them except for the last one, which I fucked up. And I had some really clear visions for some of these music videos for this album, and I feel like it's just a really big missed opportunity. that I didn't make that time and figure that out. But I didn't have any money. I don't have anything, you know, like I'm really scraping by here, you know.
Yeah.
It is very, I mean, I've lived in my van for 3 years,
Yeah.
basically. I'm here, like, and the reason I did that is so I could afford going on tour and
Mhm.
doing this musical lifestyle, because I cannot actually, I do not make enough money to have to pay rent.
Right.
And I don't want to pay my rent. And you can't make me.
You know, going back to that, you know, the whole importance of a single. One of the biggest disappointments that I've had with Green Jellÿ is Murder Trade. Such a great fucking
Oh,
song,
I know. I
great
know.
video,
I
and
know.
don't play it live.
Oh, well, we fucking want to. And we have practiced some. It's we gotta get there. We would Chris definitely we want to play. But the thing, yeah, it's very we don't really, you know, the set list is not, you know, we play whatever Bill yells out.
Right.
So whenever he's ready and he wants us to play that, we will play that. And I hope we will play it. And I
Yeah.
think we will get there, because we've definitely started practicing some new tunes, started practicing some different tunes, but I think it's just a matter, it's kind of beyond our, you know,
Control. Yeah.
right. But yeah, uh, I was so proud of the way that music video turned out.
You had a big part in that. I mean, you created that video essentially, didn't you? If I remember right.
Equations, yeah. Chris and I did the music video. I was like, oh my gosh. He's told me he's putting the song out. You know, I sang on it, and I was like, I have part of what so I am an artist also, like a visual artist, and so something that I did was stop motion animations. Like that was a huge part of my the things that I've worked on in my body of work is stop motion animation. And whenever Chris was like, I'm making this song, I was like, oh my God, like let me make the music video, let me work on the music video. Like and I've done a lot of music videos too, and stop motion animation music video, not a lot, but you know, the fucking maybe 5, I don't know. When I was doing those at that time, I was like, man, if I could just get like a big band to like ask me to do their music video, that would be the coolest shit. Like I love doing this. I love making music videos. So much fun. So obviously I'm like, please let me be a part of this, because we got to have that callback, you know.
Yeah.
And he had his idea for wanting to do this live action stuff, and I was like, dude, we just gotta like these things together, and it's gonna be like so cool, you know. And so I was really, really happy that he had me be a part of that, and then he had me work on that. And I'm really proud of the way it turned out with the budget that we had, which was basically nothing.
Yeah.
And the only thing I wish is that more people would see it, because I think it really deserves to be seen.
I completely agree.
Yeah. And there was such a great response. Like the people who did see it just loved it, you know. And so that was very affirming for me. And yeah, I just hope that it'll get in front of people. And again, I think that that's a fucking all about just some kind of social media strategy that is impossible to, like, it's like if you just had someone doing your fucking social media shit, then everything would be different. But it's whenever you're working all these different jobs, and then you have to be the person that edits all the videos, and you have to post all the videos, and you have to write the copy, and you know, and it doesn't, from the outside looking in, it looks so easy and it seems so easy, but it's because these people have teams, you know. These people they're not even writing all the songs, you know. They're not recording themselves. They're not even organizing this time. They're just being told, come to this recording session at this time, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't matter, because we could do it.
Just do it.
That's what it's
Just
all
do it.
about.
Just do it.
So going back to the single thing again, real quick, I just want to say something. Have
Yeah.
you considered the idea as you release singles, say you get the first one out, then you say, hey, the follow-up's coming in. Let's go ahead and there's two, do a 2-song EP, then take the third and the fourth, kind of do the same thing, repeat it, make it a second part EP, then the third part be
Oh,
then the third part, take those last 3 songs and make it the bigger deal. And if there's a way to hinge them all together and kind of make them like a package at the end, then you've got an album that you could say. So one of the reasons why I mentioned this is because I remember Suicidal Tendencies used to release a lot of EPs, and those EPs would eventually become like double albums or full albums early
sure.
on, like the Feel Like Shit Deja Vu album and How Will I Laugh Tomorrow cut. That was, I think, a bunch of EP takes that ended up being the whole Feel Like Shit Deja Vu, How Will I Laugh Tomorrow thing. I think the idea of releasing them as singles is a great idea, but double them up. Double them up
Sure.
to do here's for the first EP, second EP, third EP is going to have the bonus of the third song on it. And then,
Sure.
if you want to compile them all at some point in time, we'll just compile them all as the collective of, the gallows of Slim Jelly or something like that. You know what I
Sure.
mean?
Yeah, that's kind of how the first EP happened. Like I released all those kind of as singles, but they were always intended to be together because that whole EP is like a story arc within itself. Like that was all intended to be together, but I released it separately because I was making music videos for each one and I just wanted to boom have one out and then I'm working on the music video for the next one. Boom, I have that. But that is like a classical in my weird warped mind. The concept for that is like the classic fool's progression. It's like in some ways it's a hero's journey, if you will, where it starts out with this person finding themselves and going on this quest, which is not actually the right order, but it's this realization of self and needing to change and move forward. And then it's this whole weird fucking convoluted storyline. And at the end, it's the alarm and you wake up and it's breakfast time. So it was all a dream. But yeah, no, but the reason I want to do it this way, I saw some guy, which who the fuck is he and why does he know? But it did sound right to me. It's like a 9-week cycle they want you to do right now for content. So it's like you release the song, you release a lyric video 2 weeks later, you release the music video 2 weeks after that. You have some sort of event, and then you've got your next song ready to release. It's like some sort of cycle, and then it's like you have content to push constantly throughout. And I think that that's really the end goal is having, which is fucking fucked up. But it's like, whatever, if that's the way we have to play. My plan with these is I've got 3 serious songs and 3 funny songs. And I'm just going to fucking do funny song, serious song, funny song, serious song, funny song. And so really what I'm hoping will happen is that any sort of ground that I get with a funny song, I want to just fucking backtrack it with a serious song. All right.
Yeah.
So if I get a group of people, they're interested in my music because I dropped a funny song, I want to say, fuck you, I'm releasing a serious song. And you don't get another funny song for 2 more fucking months. So
I love that.
Really, if I was logical, I'd release all the funny ones together and I'd release all the other ones. But I don't know what I'm doing. I'm fucking spraying, praying. I got a fucking shotgun here and it's cut off. It's sawed and it's fully illegal.
That's a
Look
great
out.
promo. Yeah.
Look out, motherfuckers. It's coming.
Spray and pray, baby. But yeah, no, this song that we're gonna release, it is, I'm going to be honest. I'm not 100% happy with the recording because of things that I did in it. But the song itself, like when we play it live, people turn up more than any other song. Like people are fucking moshing to this song. People go fucking apeshit bananas. And it's really funny because it's always the songs that you don't expect people to vibe with and they fucking love it. And this one, they fucking love it. And I think I wish I had done a better job, but I can't fucking go back and change what I did. I probably could, but I'm not going to.
Is it a song that you would have played like when you was in Knoxville? Because that's where I
We
see.
may have.
What song was it?
It's called Ain't Me. It starts out really slow and then it gets all fucking crazy.
Okay, I
But
don't think you played that one in
yeah,
Knoxville.
we've only played it a handful of times.
Okay.
And it's super fun to play live. Like I said, Jellÿ wrote the guitar part and Chris wrote the drums for it. And yeah, it's a great song. And I'm very excited about. Hopefully we'll re-record it one day. And it's not anything anyone did. It's fucking fully me. It's just there's a couple parts where I'm just like, I wish that I had done that a little bit better. But we just recorded it in a fucking afternoon at a buddy's recording place, and it just I should have just been a little more hard on myself that day. But I get to be hard on myself now for it. So
there
that's
you go.
fine. Yeah.
Is there any way that you would implement the song Thinky Flesh into the set list? That's such a great fucking song.
Yes. This is what I've wanted to do that for the whole time. Everyone that I've played with, I finally got the guys to practice that with me. We've played it twice live, and I fucked it up both times. It's more complicated than most of our other songs live, and it's a lot. But yes, 100%. I want to play that song live. We're working on it. I finally got them to learn it, so they know the song now. And it's just this. I would have played it. We practiced it a bunch before this run with the Convalescents, but we didn't end up playing very much Thinky Flesh on this run with the Convalescents. We played songs maybe on 3 or 4 of the 25 shows, because it was just, build and book these shows. This other guy booked it, and it was a little more like he couldn't just be like, y'all play as long as you want, like he usually does,
right? Because
usually it's his show and he's allowed to do that. So unfortunately we didn't get to play. I was really hoping we would get tight on it with this tour, but we played it the couple times and it just didn't work out. And then those few times that we did get an opportunity to play, I just wanted to play what we were strong with so we could
make the biggest impact.
Right, exactly. I wanted the people to enjoy it, but I am and the fucking thing of it is too is like by the time we were done practicing it in practice, like it sounded fucking great. It was easy. We were doing good, but I think it's just those couple of mistakes, and then it's that like hesitation to want to do it again because you did that. But yeah, 100% want to play that one more. I would love to do. This is why I would love a full fucking set though, because I feel like I got a bam, 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 3 dope songs. Like I don't have a chance to fuck one up when I only get 3 songs, but when you have a 45-minute set, if you have a kind of one that doesn't go over that great in the middle, it's okay because you're going to fucking slam it out in the end and you've already impressed them at the beginning, And so I think that that's really my biggest hurdle right now is that I want to play my songs and I want a full set, I want to do an improv song every show. Because I think that's fucking fun. And I don't feel like I get that opportunity because I don't have the time. And I have to do the 3 ones that are the tightest and that are going to sound the best because I only got a tiny little minute to impress these people.
Yeah.
And they're not, so
I say put in Thinky Flesh and take out Ice Cream Beach. I love Ice Cream Beach.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's no.
What do I
agree. I agree. And also, I mean, I would love to play. We haven't played Mr. 3 a.m. live. Like we haven't played Don't Fucking Touch Me, which I don't think we can play that live because there's 2 guitar parts and I only have 3 people right now. There's a bunch of stuff that I'd love to play and new songs. And I mean, I got I'm excited about these 3 new songs. I'm happy that I'm recording again, and I'm not recording yet, but I'm demoing, and so that's been really fun. I've got 3 of them to a point that I'm happy with, and I just got these 3 other ones, and it's just, if I could just have like 3 months to just fucking really get, because I've got this, I want to do the metal album and the country album. I already
Yeah.
have all of the hooks, basically. I have all of the ideas for all of the songs. It's just literally a matter of figuring out the parts that go into it and fucking demo. Like, it's not, it just fucking comes together when it comes together, you know. And then I've also got a rock opera, a whole nother, and this is like a fucking 20 song like rock opera that is like, that is what I would fucking really love to be working on. I don't have, I can't just fucking go in my van and write a rock opera and not have money for food or fuel. You know what I mean? I have to figure out how to keep it going also. And so, but that one, there's some songs on that album that are like, I'm so excited to write because they're going to be so fucking like hilarious and like, I don't know. And this was, I'll listen back to these little fucking clips I made, and whenever I start fucking rolling on the ground laughing, I'm like, oh, that's the song I need to do, because this is completely ridiculous right now. And it's really like that line. I've always, God, at the beginning of this, I was like, I'm really bad at talking, and now I literally won't shut up. It's like, all you have to do is ask me one question, and I've gone through the multiverse, and I will fucking not shut up. But I really like, it's fun for me. I like writing tunes. There's some really fun fucking shit out there. I just got to figure out how to, there's like, to bridge that gap between people actually getting to hear it and see it and supporting the cause, so I can fucking make some money and have time to write the albums, because there's at least 3. And then on top of that, there's a fucking album about business that I would fucking love to write, which is gonna have to be way late in my career, because no one wants to hear fucking 15 songs about spreadsheets. But that's what I'm trying to do. All right. We are fully revolutionizing the world of fucking spreadsheets right now. And that's all I'm saying.
Yes, the Excel spreadsheets. That's where it's at. That's where all the kids want to be.
That's where the children are. And the children, everyone knows that that's where the money is. Because the money is where, wait, hold on. The money is in the pockets of the elite, and they won't share it because they're mean.
Fucking mean asses.
I don't know.
Oh God.
Just remember, everything you purchase and own, they get some kind of money out of it.
Oh yeah, no,
get a
it's
piece.
Fully, all of capitalism is complicit, and we are all complicit in our own destructions, man. I mean, your buying choices are the reason that we've come to this position right now. And it's the fact that you need 3 lawnmowers in every household. It's not the fact, nay, we don't want, but we need 3 lawnmowers in every household. And this is the problem.
That's great. You're going to make Bruce piss himself.
I love this.
I already did. This couch is wet.
God bless him.
From pee-pee. You heard it here first, guys. Your number 1 candidate just pissed the couch.
Pissed it.
You're the hero we need, not the hero we
sop
deserve.
it up with a towel, flip the cushion over, and call it a damn day.
Not the hero we want. Not the hero we deserve. But the hero that will piss on our couches.
That's right. 2024.
They made the walls match, at least.
That's true. We got a couple questions left. What's your favorite Jello song to play live? And what's your favorite Thinky Flesh song to play live? Tony, are you going to put in the Jeopardy theme music on the back end?
Yeah,
I will not.
that's
we're
a
not
hard one.
we're not at that
Um,
editing skill yet.
Shit. Let's see. My favorite to play live. I really like performing Ice Cream Beach because I get the opportunity to not have the bass on and I get to run around and fucking have a little more freedom.
Yep.
But I also really like She because it's very empowering, women empowering, and I
Yes.
really like portraying that message. And so but honestly, like I just fucking love performing, and it really doesn't. I enjoy the whole. I really like looking at a situation, seeing the people that are there, coming up with a set list that I think that those people are specifically are going to like, and the flow of all the songs together. I don't know. There's something in that I really like a lot. Which again, back to the I want a 45-minute set. But yeah, those two probably. And then, I mean, obviously, like I like singing I like playing the Jello songs that I sing. Like Nothing to Say, we've been doing, and I really enjoy that because obviously, like that's my song, and I love singing, and that's what I like to do. But I enjoy performing for all the Jello songs for the absurdity of it, like obviously I enjoy performing my songs the best, but when I'm in a performance and there's other things going on and I'm not the focal point, that is also very enjoyable to me because you get to look around and see what's going on around you and just the sheer. I mean, that show that you were at in Knoxville, didn't he bring a group of people with their table up on stage and they had their drinks and their table? I'm pretty sure it was that show.
No, I don't think it was that show. The show in Knoxville, because I was one of the punk rock puppets. That was kind of wild. Couldn't see shit. But then he brought this kid up, and this kid had made, I think he made a mask or headgear or whatever, and gave it to you guys. And like this kid was a fucking rock star. He just soaked it in.
Yeah. I remember that kid.
But I do remember. Maybe you are right.
I think that was that show because that's the show that I rolled my ankle on before the show started.
Yes,
and these people were up on stage and they were like, he brought that table up. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right.
It was off to the left.
Yep.
Yeah, you couldn't see it. I
couldn't see shit, but I did notice that. Like whenever you had a chance, you kind of went backstage, and I could tell you were fucking hurting.
Yeah, I fucked up really. I
was really kind of worried about you on that. I'm like, oof.
Yeah, the people at that venue took care of me. They got me like a splint thing, and they wrapped it up real good, and iced it. And but yeah, that was the first time that I've actually injured myself, and it wasn't even fucking. It wasn't even performing. I had to go get batteries for my fucking wireless belt pack. So I ran in the back and it was raining that day and I fucking slipped in those stupid heels that I will never buy those heels again because those are fucking stupid. And that's the reason that I rolled my foot is because those I have to have ones that tie on so you can tie them on super tight because then my ankles don't roll, but those just zip up and they had a lot of space. So my whole foot went inside of the plasticky bullshit garbage. But yeah, I really enjoy seeing all the madness and what these people are doing. And they're like just drunken debauchery and these people and just people having the time of their lives. Like it's so enjoyable to just get to sit back and see this happening. Obviously, I love performing. I love finding new ways to make people be like, what? Like, what is she doing? Like, what is going on right now? And how is it even possible that she's doing that?
That's awesome.
That's what I want people to be like, that's not real. And there's no way that's real. And this, like, and that's why I like climbing on shit in those heels, and because it's like people don't think it's possible, and so it's just really about that mostly, and being better than all the boys. That's also a really big and important part of my necessity. I don't know, there's something about, especially being in Green Jellÿ, is like I just have to one up all of them. Like I have to big dick. It's, you know what I mean? I have to
Yes.
swang that thing around. I gotta swang it, because if I'm not swanging it, then what are these do? Like, you know, that guy is gonna show me up? Nuh-uh.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Ah,
So I do have one question. I know we're
Yeah.
going to probably be wrapping this up here soon. So my question is this, and I actually have two, but we'll get into that real quick. How did you come up with the name, or what does the name Thinky Flesh mean?
Oh, well, I wanted it to be like smart and sexy, you know? And obviously, I mean, that what could be smarter and sexier than a brain and your meat? Thinky flesh.
I like that concept. I think that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I
Yeah, but
honestly
also
thought,
like a little aspect of violence, a little bit of comedy, and it doesn't really make sense. So
I thought for a second that it might be a possibility of like Mike Tyson saying stinky flesh or something like that.
well, no, but a lot of people do mistake it for stinky flesh, and I am a very smelly individual.
Oh
I am,
no.
yeah, I've been trying because, well, since the first tour, my costumes would get really fucking gross because it's sweaty, and I was like, oh, I gotta like deal with this. And then Bill's like, you know, you whenever you I have never really cared about this shit, but like whenever you meet someone, like they're gonna fucking, that impression is important apparently. And so if you're fucking stinky when you go and meet them, they're gonna be like, oh, that's that stinky girl. And so I have been in recent years trying to assuage my stink factor, but I've always found it to be very helpful for me because it keeps my adoring, like all of the dudes that are just fucking literally throwing themselves at me. Like if I smell bad, it keeps them a small, but I've been trying to be less stinky.
can I tell a quick story about that to your point?
Please.
So in 1995, I got to meet one of my idols, Ace Frehley from Kiss.
Hmm.
He was on the club scene. Whatever, let him live. Still out doing this thing. I was how old was I?
You was teenager.
17, 18-year-old kid. Got to meet one of my idols. And I went backstage, shook his hand, and my hand smelled so horrible from him. Like his stench, like I cannot describe it properly, just other than
right.
And I was like, oh my God, I gotta wash my hand, but Ace Frehley just shook my hand. I don't know what to fucking do.
Right.
So, and that's been 30 some odd years now, and that's still
when
my
when he
lasting
was
memory.
drinking pretty heavy too, wasn't it?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So it was like,
you heard it here first, kids. Ace Frehley is a stinky motherfucker. All right. He's
not a hygienic person.
100% accurate from the source information.
It's true.
Hey, it's if it's your experience, it's your experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had my experience today.
Did you?
Oh, dude, let me tell you. We'll have that conversation, man. Did you watch any of the videos?
I watch your damn videos.
Oh, the truth comes out. The friendship is cracked.
But this clown.
Listen, we've known each other. We've known each other since kindergarten. If we didn't bust each other's balls over this amount of time,
sure.
Yeah, it'd be brutal.
The balls must be busted.
Yes.
Always.
If there's anything that I've learned in my existence,
break the balls.
That's the thing.
Yes.
All right. Now for me, one more question.
Oh yeah, as many as you like.
Top 3 musical influences.
Oh,
Listen to how eclectic your music is. I want to know what bands
Frank
influence you.
Zappa.
I knew it. I
Yeah,
fucking knew it.
yeah, Frank Zappa. Uh, King Crimson.
Oh, good call.
Yeah, and I really like God, it's so hard to say it's just 3. Like Talking Heads probably is
See,
up
I
there.
fucking knew it, man.
But like a close second is Kate Bush. It's just that the reason I don't say her initially is because I didn't get into her till way later.
Right.
Like I just got into Kate Bush like well, she got popular again, but I had got into her a couple years before that because my buddy was like, "Dude, you gotta listen to Kate Bush," and I was like, "You know how I am not good at new music. Kate Bush isn't even new, but it's new to me." And I couldn't, and I couldn't, and I couldn't, and finally one day I did, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this is it." But like, yeah. So those 3. Weird Al is a huge influence, also like huge. But yeah, I would say Frank Zappa is probably one of the biggest ones.
I knew it, dude. I fucking
Yeah,
knew it. Most of that Vanguard stuff really cites a lot of fucking Zappa. Remember Vinny from Suspect Earth?
Yes. She doesn't, but
Huge,
I do.
huge Zappa fan. Huge. He turned me on to Zappa.
Gotcha.
Huge Zappa fan, dude. That's awesome. So,
yeah.
I think we're probably going to get ready to wrap this up. Bruce, you got any more questions?
I do. Where can people find your shit, and where are you going to be? When's this next tour start?
You can find Thinky Flesh wherever you find yourself. Because it's in your head, man. It's all in your head, man. But literally also like everywhere else. I mean, it's on we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got Spotify, we got Bandcamp, we got SoundCloud. There's secret songs that haven't been released on all the platforms on SoundCloud, and they are dumb. We got YouTube, we got music videos. On the TikTok, we got basically all. The only thing I'm like not super on a lot is X or Twitter.
Yeah.
It's just is a lot. It's a lot of extra. I don't know. And I do need to post some more on YouTube. But yeah, we got shit everywhere. You can buy an album from us. We also have shirts and stuff available on the website. We have a website, thinkyflesh.com. That's
Nice.
THINKY flesh.com. Think with a Y. And why are we thinking? Because it's important to use our brains, kids. And that's why you should vote for me, King of America, because I think every human being should use the gray matter in between their 2 eyeballs to make choices. And you can choose to listen to Thinky Flesh on Spotify, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, Apple Music, YouTube. And then on the tour, I I have no fucking clue. I just go wherever they tell me to go whenever they say it's time. Sometimes shows happen, sometimes they don't. It's really beyond my control.
I think it's starting back up in October.
Yeah, October. I know we're going to be at the Hard Rock Cafe again in October. We got some dates in. We got a festival in Hawaii. We're going out to Hawaii, which is very exciting.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, and but yeah, I don't know what the future holds. I'm gonna try to. I've got those 6 songs. We're gonna release those in the next coming year, but another single before that, and we'll be touring next year. Certainly, I'd love to go out and do a Thinky tour as well, or at least hop on as an actual opener in the Jello stuff. Because as much as I enjoy the Jello stuff, it is. I want to do my tunes and I want to perform my music and more of it. So however that works out it will work out, and I will play with them as time considers, and I will do other things as necessity dictates.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what we ask of our guests is you give us each an album for us to really consume, and
Sure.
then we give our opinions on it the following week.
Yeah. So I have to give each of you a different album or
Yep.
2 albums? Oh, okay. I didn't know I needed to assign one specifically to each individual.
It's up to you.
Yep.
Well, one of the albums that I think would be, gosh, this is hard. One of them that I didn't realize it was assigning. I don't know you guys that well, so I don't know how to assign these to you.
Just throw it.
But The Red Shoes by Kate Bush. It's kind of poppy, but there's a lot. I don't know if you're into Kate Bush. Is anybody out there? How we feeling about Kate Bush?
I'm familiar with who she is.
The Red Shoes. You're probably not gonna like it, but I, for some reason, love it.
Okay.
Love it. And the other album that has been recently super influencing to me is the Cranberries. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? Which those are both kind of poppy albums, and those that wasn't. I actually wasn't going to say that for my second choice, but it just popped into my head, and so then I just went with it because that's
Bruce,
what
you
we
got those
do.
written down?
Yes. And by the way, I'm taking the Cranberries.
Oh, sweet. So I was actually leaning towards asking Tone to listen to the Red Shoes, because he had also said before that you heard the Cranberries before they got big. So you getting not the Cranberries album, obviously, because you've had this experience, or maybe it would be better. I don't know. I was thinking about the Red Shoes for you. It's very poppy, and I don't know how much you're actually going to like it. But
Dear,
it was,
let me explain something. I am very, very versed in music.
Sure.
And Bruce is too. I'm open to everything, but understand I will give you my honest review.
Sure.
And I love to do that. We've been turned on to a lot of great stuff from other bands. Now, in return, I appreciate you giving me an album. And at some point in time, I'd hope that we could have you back on the show to have another conversation, because this has been a lot of fun. With that being said, finding out that you play saxophone, I have something for you. So
Okay.
you want to take this down, or you want to watch the episode later?
Yeah,
I am going to give you
I
a German band out of, I can't remember exactly. I want to say maybe
Germany.
Hamburg, Germany. This is what we call, it's often referenced as doom jazz. To me, it sounds
cool.
That sounds like cool. Like a late night jazz thing. And I'd love listening to these guys at night. You're not going to get vocal work on this.
Okay.
But I was listening to it one night and checking it out, and all of a sudden the saxophone kicked in on this shit, and I went, holy fuck, this is fucking awesome. And I turned Bruce onto this band, as a matter of fact. And they are, to me, it's not my usual type of music, but I love everything that I've heard from these guys. So I'm going to give you Borin and Der Club of Gore. And I want you to get the
Club of Gore.
Okay. I'll text it to you.
And do that. Thank you.
I want you
to hear the album. Right here.
I want you to hear the album that Bruce did, also the album that I got first turned on to those guys. It's called Patchouli Blue.
Nice.
I think you might like this thing.
Yeah, it sounds cool.
Bruce, you want to shoot her over anything?
Yeah. No, that's plenty now. I can't think of nothing right now.
Just an album recommendation.
Okay, John Prine's first album. John
Prine. All right.
Okay. All right. So get that information over to her, and then hopefully if we get to talk to you again, you'll get to say, hey, I got the chance to listen to that album, because you'll get plenty of time between now and then, obviously.
Yeah.
Just whenever you're on the road, throw it on, man. Especially if you're on the road. I wouldn't know about maybe doing it late night. You might fall asleep behind the wheel.
Sure. Yeah.
But if you're just sitting around a hotel room or in the van late at night and just kind of want to just chill and hear something really, really mellow, I refer to it as like a really late night jazz thing. Like I could see myself with a shot of whiskey and a cigar, like hanging out listening to it.
Good. I want to listen to it right now.
Do it.
Well, thank you so very much for getting on with us, and I'd like for you to tell everybody where else they can catch you again. I pick you up from Bandcamp, so and obviously the videos on YouTube and stuff and whatnot. She is a touring member of Green Jellÿ, guys, and she is the mastermind behind Thinky Flesh. So
Like I said, you can find Thinky Flesh on Instagram, Thinky Flesh on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Bandcamp. Just search Thinky, Thinky Flesh at any of those, or just on the good old Google. We got a website that'll point you in all those directions and also has a link to our merch store. You can also find me specifically on Instagram at Slim Jellÿ with a 3, Slim J3LLY. And I post more of my stuff that I do with Jello there and more of my performances of Jello songs there. And check out the music videos on YouTube on Thinky Flesh, and then go check out the music video for Murder Train, which I did the stop motion animation for that in collaboration with Chris Mandry, aka Equations in Jello. And yeah, you can catch Jello on Instagram at Green Jellÿ Official. We have a website that has all of our tour dates on it. Hopefully, usually, generally, we start back up on the 4th, I think, or the 5th of October. We have some shows. I believe they're in Ohio. We're going to be in Pittsburgh. I should have written this stuff down. I'm so sorry. At the Hard Rock Cafe at some point. We're going to be in Hawaii, I believe, on the Big Island at a metal festival out there in mid-October. And then we got stuff coming up through the Christmas season. We have a lot of different dates. I think that most of them are over here on the East Coast right now. And but yeah, check out the Green Jellÿ website for those dates specifically, and I will try to get that stuff on the Thinky stuff too. I just never know if we're gonna play or not during all the Jello shows, so I don't put it all on my thing. So my fans aren't like, oh, I'm coming to see a Thinky Flesh show and then we don't even get to play. I don't want to let people down in that way, so that's why I don't really post. But you'll be able to see me at the Jello shows and potentially Thinky Flesh as well. But until that time, check us out on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, and stream the album because I am very proud of it. It is.
You should be.
It is. The EP. Listen to the EP first because I wrote all that stuff like basically in an echo chamber of my own life. But then branching out and getting that opportunity to work with those super talented musicians and record and work with Brack, it is a little bit of everything. I'm so proud of the way the songs turned out. There's going to be something for you on it. It might not all be for you, but it might be all for you. And just freaking share it and listen to it because it's the coolest thing that I think I've ever made. And I've made a lot of stuff in my life, ranging from all medias. I've fucking built things. I've built art. I've made things. This album is like one of the best things I've ever done. And so you don't even, and also let me just tell you guys also, thank you so much for all of your words previously when you did the review of it. And literally it came at a time where I needed to hear that somebody fucking heard it and somebody could see what I was doing and heard what I was doing. And like, you really don't understand how much, I mean, I'm sure you do understand, but like what I put into this and then what, obviously, I'm not backed by someone who's pushing me into everyone's ears. So you don't get the response back. You don't hear what people think about it. And people don't understand because they don't listen to tons of music like you guys. And I think that hearing what you guys said and knowing that you guys come from a place of listening to this type of things all the time and reviewing things all the time. And truly it was like, I was crying. I'm tearing up now, hearing what you guys said. Like, it meant so much to me to have somebody understand what I was trying to do, what I was doing, and to have you guys say that stuff out loud and like say, like, this is good. You did good. Like, it means so much to me.
You're okay. Listen, you're
Yeah,
good.
it,
So
it
let
means
me
so much to me.
I
Our pleasure.
totally understand that, and it's absolutely our pleasure. Bruce gave me the album, and I saw the album cover and I go, well, this looks like it's going to be a little bit different, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was. And when I tell you that, and this goes to all our listeners too, we can hear a pop song, we can hear a hip hop song, we can hear a rock song, we can hear a country song, we can hear all kinds of shit that's out there that we're used to hearing. But if we jump off that cliff and we take a look at something a little bit different and hear something with, so much other major influences in the album, that's how I knew you were a Zappa fan, man. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew the Talking Heads was a factor as well. You could pick. Often Bruce and I talk about what's called musical DNA. So if you hear a certain bass player or a certain guitar player or a certain singer, you know their DNA. You know, well, that's them. That's their DNA. It's even comes through with influences. A
Yeah,
lot of people can hear from me, Motorhead, Danzig, and the punk rock and thrash stuff that I used to listen to in the day. And a lot of people understand that I'm influenced by heavy down-tuned music that's slow and low. And I knew I knew when you were going to mention your influences, I knew that those two were going to come up. I had a little hesitation on the Talking Heads, but I knew Zappa was going to come up, and it
yeah.
shows through. And I really want to tell you that I think if offered, and I'm going to continue to say this, I think if offered the right distribution deal to the right company that's pushing alternative music to alternative stations, I think you've got something special here, man.
Thank you.
And I'm not saying that to be funny.
No.
Everybody can remember times in their lives, and I want to wrap this up real quick, but everybody can remember a time in their life when they heard something and they probably heard it a little bit before everybody else. And all of a sudden you knew right then and there, oh, whatever this is, it's going to be huge, right? So the first time I heard White Zombie, I was just blown the fuck away. And I was just like, these guys are going to be monsters. They're going to be big. But it would be months before they would ever break. And it would be that break that they got from Beavis and Butthead that
Um,
broke them to
right.
as huge as they were. You know, um, the same thing happened when I heard Rage Against the Machine. I said, holy shit, this shit's going to catch on fire. Because there's nothing like it, but it sounds so freaking good.
Yeah,
I think if put in the right direction, you got to find someone that wants to take this and go, there's something very special here. We need to distribute this and pump this out. But
yeah.
you're I don't know how much time you're losing considering the release date of the album. You know what I mean?
Sure. No, for sure, for sure.
I think a lot of people, and this goes to every listener, and I don't care where you're at in the world, if you get the chance, please go take this album in. It's I don't want to say that it's something that has to grow on you, but
No.
I will say that I listened to it the first time and I called Bruce and I said, "Wow, what a cool freaking album, man." And it's in rotation in my car.
Thank you so
It's
much.
been in rotation for the year. It may a lot of doom makes my top 5 of the year, but
Sure.
your album could make my top 5 of the year when we do
Wow.
that. So just
Wow.
because it was just a huge breath of fresh air.
Thank you so much. I just, and you said that about the running out of time with the album release, and I gotta write a bunch of good songs again. I just gotta do it again.
Yeah.
And I think you'll be
Just
able to
keep
do it
doing
because
it.
it's going to come from a place of honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's critical for any good music. It has to be from an honest place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce was telling me you had the country project and the metal project, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I want to hear it. So
Yeah. It's all the country songs are funny.
I love it.
that's
I can't
awesome.
wait to hear it.
I'm excited too. Hopefully we get that. But we got the singles first. And then
Singles.
we gotta do the singles first, and then I'll find the right guitar player to do that album with me. Cause that's really the key, I think, with the country. Cause it's I got the words all written down. I just gotta find that guitar player, So
Yep.
once
So
we get
Bruce,
there, I always thought I'd be a pop country star, you guys.
so I'll
I
tell you
didn't-
what, Bruce could
Who,
put
me?
could put a mandolin part on your shit.
Oh, well, shit.
Easy now, Tiger.
Ah, do it, dude.
Tiger.
Do it.
Hold on now. Hold on now.
I can play Smoke on the Water.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that.
Slim, it has absolutely been a pleasure having you on. It's an
It's been a
honor,
joy.
and
Thank
I
you.
really hope you'll come back on with us.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
Absolutely. Whenever I release the single, let's do
yes.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be by Halloween
Okay.
or the music videos. One of those, right? Sometime after that.
Cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you guys so much. It's been a joy.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much. I'm Tone.
I'm Bruce.
Slim. Bruce. We're out.
See ya.
Bye bye.